Former Siquijor Representative Orlando Fua says the MILF should first solve its internal conflicts. We'll have the full story from Aljo Bendijo.
Former Siquijor Congressman Orlando Fua laments government's peace effort by coming up a framework agreement for the creation of the Bangsamoro, saying this would only create havoc instead of achieving long-lasting peace in Mindanao. He stresses that the government should encourage first the MILF leadership to solve its internal conflicts before forging a peace deal, as hostility continues in some parts of Mindanao, instigated by MILF breakaway groups such as the group of Umbrakato.
Let the MILF unite. All the Muslim populations must unite. There shall be no Kato, or for that matter any other leader like Ms. Suarez who wants to lead also Mindanao. With all of these people putting their acts together, probably we can create an autonomous government that will operate within the framework of the democratic government of the Philippines, but not in a sense that on their own they can raise their own revenues, probably if they have the revenues, they will establish their own armies, and who will stop them from establishing relationship with the Muslim world like Malaysia and Indonesia.
Fua believes that the framework agreement is a prelude to pave the way of an independent Islamic state for the Bangsamoro people, separating most of the Mindanao from the Philippines. He suggests that instead of pushing for Bangsamoro entity, government should rectify some flaws of the Organic Act which created the autonomous region in Muslim Mindanao without amending the constitution to create Bangsamoro entity. Critics of the fundamental aspects of the framework, as explained by the government, show that MILF can still aspire for a separate state as legal relationship of Philippine government and the newly entity Bangsamoro has been called asymmetric, which implies an equal relationship. No express statement that Bangsamoro recognizes and respects the 1987 Constitution. It contains a statement in accordance with the agreement, not in accordance with the Philippine Constitution. It states that the government of the Bangsamoro shall have ministerial form to possibly elect a prime minister, and a possible delineation of the exact definition of Bangsamoro under the Organic Act of ARMM and classification which should comply with the requirements of RA 8731, known as Indigenous Peoples' Rights Act, unless the law will be amended to legally determine the people within the scope of the new political entity. Critics say that unless the government can put in plain words the salient points of the draft before Congress enacts this into law, widespread protests and chaos would possibly conceive, especially to those who are against the creation of MILF Independent Islamic State in Mindanao.
This is a prelude to an independence of the Muslim population. Although the Muslim population would not like my idea, or probably would not like me objecting to the establishment of the Bangsamoro, but what guarantee has the Philippine government that in the future they will not create trouble and make themselves independent, considering that they have started governing themselves as an independent body, although in the guise of a local autonomy.
For the People's Television Network, Aljo Bendijo.